In this video, we'll talk about the American Dream and Promise Act of 2021 that was recently proposed by members of Congress. Hi, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark Santamaria. I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer and English teacher. Lawmakers in March 2021 introduced legislation that would provide a path to citizenship for young people brought to the U.S. The American Dream and Promise Act would allow dreamers, as well as others given temporary status when fleeing unrest in their country, and other applicants to apply for green cards. The bill calls this permanent resident status on a conditional basis for certain long-term residents who entered the U.S. as children. Furthermore, the law will allow anyone who is the son or daughter of an applicant as a non-immigrant under the E-1, E-2, H-1B, and L-1 temporary work visa programs. Applicants of this proposed law are eligible if they have been continuously physically present in the U.S. since January 1st, 2021, were under 18 years of age or younger on the date in which they entered the U.S. and have continuously resided in the U.S. since their entry, graduated from a U.S. high school or is enrolled in a U.S. high school or college. And note that it is sufficient if the applicant is currently enrolled in a GED course, obtaining a high school diploma, and/or obtaining a post-secondary credential. Are not inadmissible on certain grounds like applicants do not have communicable diseases, have not persecuted others, or are not a national security threat, and pay the fee that shall not exceed $495. There are special procedures for applicants with DACA. If you already have DACA, under this bill, it will be a little easier to apply for adjustment of status. If you have DACA and meet the requirements for renewal, such as not being inadmissible, then you can apply for adjustment of status on a conditional basis. Documentation requirements. To obtain this status, applicants have to provide the following documentation: identity documents such as an applicant's passport from the applicant's country of origin, birth certificates, school ID card, and school records showing the applicant's name and enrollment, documents establishing entry, continuous physical presence, and lack of abandonment of residence, and to establish that the applicant was 18 years of age or younger on the date on which the applicant entered the U.S. and has continuously resided in the U.S. since such entry, the applicant may submit passport entries, school records, employment records, hospital records, rent receipts, utility bills, and other evidence. Documents establishing admission to an institution of higher education. To establish that the applicant satisfied the educational requirements, applicants can submit a document stating that the applicant has been admitted to the institution or is currently enrolled in the institution as a student. Similarly, if the applicant already graduated from high school, then the applicant can submit the high school diploma. Terms of permanent resident status on a conditional basis. This conditional status is valid for 10 years unless such period is extended by USCIS. USCIS may remove the conditional basis if the applicant has not abandoned residence in the U.S. during the period in which the applicant has permanent resident status on a conditional basis, obtained a degree of an institution of higher education, or has completed at least 2 years in good standing of a program leading to a bachelor's degree, shows earned income for periods totaling at least 3 years and at least 75% of the time the applicant has had a valid employment authorization, with some exceptions. Confidentiality of information. What's great about this bill is that it states that USCIS may not disclose or use information about the applicant under this bill or in requests for DACA for purposes of immigration enforcement. Some people did not apply for DACA before because they were afraid that USCIS may share their information with ICE. So this provision of the bill prevents USCIS from sharing such information. Furthermore, USCIS may not refer an applicant to ICE according to this bill, unless, for example, there are concerns such as national security. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to read the bill for exact requirements. We paraphrased and shortened some of the requirements so viewers can understand the requirements better. Please sign up for our email list so you can know more updates about the latest immigration news. Please also subscribe to our channel, like the video, and write a comment below. God bless.